People are so goddamn lazy. And honestly, I guess you could say it's the human condition. I look a bit tired today. I had a rough day yesterday. Big, massive bike ride. Really took it out of me. Gotta keep fighting though. Gotta keep battling the old age, right? Um, that being said, today what I want to talk about is people are lazy. And what exactly do I mean by people are lazy? I'm not so much as referring to the whole physical aspect of it. People just don't want to get out of like work, blue collar, white collar, whatever. I mean, even intellectually, people are extremely lazy today. Do I know the answer if they're more lazier than ever? I wouldn't. Now, can I make a smart, educated guess based on all my knowledge on history and anthropology and all those things put together? And obviously the knowledge that I can pull through the web. No, I don't think people were this intellectually as lazy as they are today. Again, I think I'm gonna die on this hill when I say fuck the modern world. So far on my videos, I've only received two comments. Two is better than zero. I always say that with everything, right? Anything's better than zero. Um, and one of these comments was very anecdotal, shocking, which actually in my last video I kind of touched up on that last or the second last video. This whole because it happened to me or it didn't happen to me, therefore what you're trying to say must or must not be true because it, like I said, it's very anecdotal. This solipsistic bullshit, like stop, like especially like for when it comes to men, you got to stop that shit. You're not a chick, okay? And when it comes to chicks, like women, you gotta cut that shit out completely too. It's such fucking bullshit. This whole, solipsistic, and I think men are just as guilty as this anecdotal evidence, and therefore, like that must be the way the world is or not. Come on, cut the shit. And the second comment I got was about my last video about how I'm some sort of a red pill dork or dweeb. Can I blame this individual? No, because is this individual gonna take the time out of their day to watch all however many videos I posted so far, and then get a conclusive evidence of who this person is that's talking in front of me in the camera, right? I mean, across this YouTube channel. No, what is it, 115, 120 million YouTube channels in the world? So I am competing. I am like a tiny little plankton in a vast ocean now. That's exactly what it is. So I don't blame this person, but I will blame this person for lack of wisdom, lack of justice, and I mean by that in the sense that before you type what you're gonna type, and imagine if all humans were like this, how much better it would be. How much do I know about this person, this guy that I'm watching on YouTube? Do I have any visible, solid, concrete evidence to back up my words that I'm about to call him with? Like, which is, a red pill dork and how I'm wrong. Which the only fucking thing I really said was like, if men want to have higher standards, then they gotta keep their, then they gotta stop accepting these bottom feeders, bottom of the barrel society, like like scrubs, absolute garbage type of woman, and then woman will rise up to the occasion. She's like, okay, there is no market value for what I'm bringing, so I need to bring it up. And I said the same thing in reverse for women. If you want these honorable, competent, noble, chivalrous men, you gotta also like up the stakes too. Keep your legs closed, be much more selective. Have like have a much higher level of discernment when it comes to men. Rely on your family, rely on the ones that are older than you, wiser than you, to let them know like, hey, how is this guy? Is he? That's it. That was the gist of it. And but that's the way it is today, isn't it? Like, I mean, everybody's a fucking keyboard warrior. Everybody's a pretentious intellectual snob. God, I hate it all. But again, me hating it all is not gonna change nothing. The only thing I can do is try to have positive change on all this. And like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. This is my tiny bit of contribution. Like, if there's any, I hope that to be this. And like, I mean, we need to stop this. We need to stop being intellectually lazy. Okay, well, man or woman doesn't matter. We really need to stop. And I understand it's the human condition. Yesterday, quick little anecdotal story once again. I was out biking with a couple of friends. We did about 75, 80 kilometer ride. Not bad. But we drifted the conversation to the topic of how, as we're getting older, our bodies and minds are seeking more of comfort. The things we would have done in our late teens, 20s, early 20s, for example. So, what I brought up to him was about 2 weeks ago, there was a massive heat wave around Ontario, Canada. And I took it upon myself. It was on a Tuesday. It was 44 or 45 degrees Celsius, and I went for a walk. Now, did I enjoy the walk? Hell no, I hated the walk. I was drenched. It took like I took 7 showers by the time I got home. It was about 2.5, 3 hour walk. Why did I do it? Because I'm trying to run away from seeking comfort. Even though I am seeking it now more and more, I've noticed it. But I can always step back, right? This is called not being intellectually lazy. One of the aspects of it. And step back and say, why is it that I don't want to go walking on 45 degrees? And I know the right answer is it's goddamn hot. It's uncomfortable. That is the on the surface level, that is the answer, right? That's correct. But on a deeper level, there's also the element of like it's scheduled day for me. Today's the day I can go for a walk. If I don't go for a walk today, I won't be able to go for the rest of the week until the weekend. But that's gonna, upset my other plans. Okay. So the real reason I don't want to go for a walk, yes, it's gonna be uncomfortable. Now, but is it the end of the world? No. Will I survive? Yes. Okay. So the only reason I don't want to do is I'm seeking comfort. I want to sit in my room where the AC runs, where the heat. I'm not drenched down to my balls in sweat. But that's what it comes down to. It's not the fact that it's just a silly thing to do because it's 45. This logic of there's always another day, another time. I I don't live by it. I Certain things I do, but again, see my point. Let me bring it back, like with the whole intellectually lazy thing, right? It's just I have to sit there and think to myself, and then this is the conversation I share with one of my friends. I'm like, that's what we're becoming. We're better at becoming making excuses like humans, right? First we go with emotion, and then we rationalize the fuck out of it. Unfortunately, and that's why I told him, I'm like, the reason why we are becoming more comfort seeking is because age. Now that's a battle we have to fight against. And being intellectually lazy is the same thing. It's you want to be lazy. You just want to be on autopilot. I get it, but that's not the fucking way. It never was. Believe me, if it was, I'll be joining the fucking club too. Like I want to be lazy too. It's not like I'm some kind of superior being in any way. No, but that's not the way. We we can't do that. Especially in this world more than ever. We need to be much more selective, even with our own thinking. What we're thinking about, I keep hearing this thing metacognition. Apparently, the sign of you're super intelligent. I'll sit on this. In my head, I'm thinking a lot of people are capable of this. But then when I found out, which I'm still not 100% sure, that about like 30 to 40% of the population doesn't have that inner monologue, I was stunned. And again, I'm still not sure on this. I don't know if this is a true thing because in my head, I'm thinking everybody's capable of this, just like I'm thinking everybody's capable of metacognition, which is thinking about your own thinking. And if you want to go down the route of Inception, like the movie, thinking about your own thinking, and so on and so forth. Silly. But yeah, so I don't know. We got to stop with the lazy bullshit. We really do. We can't afford it anymore. Neither sides of the aisle. I mean, for the most part, a lot of things I've been talking about, a lot of things that young people and old people are suffering from today, majority, you could make the argument saying like majority of manifest from lazy bullshit way of thinking, right? Um, just, this one word derogatory word or sentence to explain this person and their behavior, and then I am so great. I've done my duty of the day. I have exerted my brain and I've exercised it. And look, I came up with this brilliant sentence or a word, and this person knows exactly who they are. Get the fuck out of my face. Honest to God. We're a fucking clown world. It's a meme society. We gotta cut the shit. Judge me after you seek a few moments of your own thoughts, you go through them. Who is this person? What do they stand for? What are they representing? What are they trying to sell? Right? What's the propaganda, the commercial here? And am I buying it? If anything, honest to God, and I know we're so lazy. I'm guilty of this too. These YouTube videos, they have transcripts. YouTube is pretty amazing when it comes to that. We live in a world of AI. If anything, just like let your AI, your like look run the transcript, say like, yo, summarize this guy's message for me. And I believe me, I understand. Like, who I don't know who the fuck has got time for that. That's the logic with everything. But I think that logic also, in a lot of ways, got us to where we are today. Again, I'll keep saying it. I am guilty of this, but just like with everything else, that it's an eternal, ever struggle, forever battle. This too shall be the same. We have to always fight back against comfort. They say happiness is only like chapters and moments, and the rest of the time, for most of it, it's pretty dull, stale. It's you going through the motions, the patterns, the day to day. But I think this is also another one of these. I know we want to go on autopilot, for day to day most of the time. I know we want to be able to shut it off. I know we want to be able to not practice discernment. But unfortunately, I think I believe, not that I know, that this is the way of God, balance in all things. Yeah, and in order to walk that fine line between this and that, you never want to be on the two ends of the extreme. You always have to be continuously monitoring your own thoughts. You always have to be continuously questioning yourself, questioning the external world around you. And honestly, yeah, it's an ever eternal struggle for myself too. Sometimes I do catch myself going on autopilot. But seriously, let's ask ourselves, is this really the way? Like, is this what we're supposed to be like? Technology, and I heard this comment yesterday from a podcast where AI is another way of thinking is like now we have commoditized intelligence and now we're selling it. Brilliant. I mean, it's so true. Like, you may call this capitalism, you may call this crony capitalism, you may call this whatever, this mutation that we live in. Whatever it is, the fact that there's still some element of entrepreneurship that has got to spirit of entrepreneurship that has got us to a point where we have commoditized intelligence. Brilliant. It's amazing. But that's also a huge red flag for what I'm talking about here too. About us not being intellectually lazy. To actually be able to exercise and practice our own brains on a continuous basis throughout the whole day. I don't want to drag this out. I just had this little note. I just want to get it out there. And yeah, thank you for whomever's watching. Please subscribe and yeah, comment. Like I told you, I work much better off with back and forth.